People are giving Stephen A. Smith a hard time.
I saw.
Because during the fourth quarter of one of the games, it might have been game
3 or 4.
I think it was game 4.
Okay.
I think during the fourth quarter of game 4, somebody is snooping, and they caught Stephen A. playing solitaire.
Some nosy guy.
Some nosy guy caught Stephen A. playing solitaire, and it was fourth quarter of one of the finals games.
Everyone's standing.
Everybody's standing up. Look at that guy. He's got his hand over his mouth like, holy shit, I can't believe what I'm seeing. And Stephen A. is like, come on, 6. Come on, need a 6 of clubs. 6 of clubs, 6 of clubs. He's just playing a little solitaire.
I mean, of all the things to play.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I think they're giving Stephen A. a hard time over nothing.
Really?
Yeah. I'm on Stephen A.'s side on this one.
Is that because you wanna cozy up to him when he comes over to Sirius?
First of all, I like Stephen A., okay? And people are like, oh, he's an asshole. His takes are terrible. That's what they say about
I've
him.
never heard that.
You never heard that?
No.
When he said Tyrese Halliburton is not a superstar, you didn't hear people saying, fuck you and your bad takes.
I was like, that's a pretty smart take, Stephen A.
Okay, well, you need to
agree with
you need to listen to people in Indianapolis because they weren't saying the same thing that you were.
I'm not on, with Pat McAfee like you are.
Pat McAfee
Lord of the Marks.
loves Stephen A.
Does he?
He does. He's very fond of Stephen A.
Together.
He's very fond of Stephen A. And by the way, just because he works with him, he has not said the shiniest things about every single person at ESPN.
Nope.
As we know.
That's a good point.
As we know.
But you can't be playing solitaire in the fourth quarter of the NBA Finals if you're Stephen A. Smith.
Look, Stephen A.
That's a commitment game. That's not just like a let me check my text real quick.
Stephen A. has an extraordinarily busy schedule.
That's on him.
Okay? Sometimes when your only responsibility is to sit and watch the game, you want to be able to do it at your own pace without, you want to be in your own little bubble, nobody bothering you. For the record, solitaire is not a game that you have to be fully concentrated on the whole time you're playing.
If you're on a timer, yeah. If you're trying to beat your time.
It doesn't say that there's a timer on there.
Well, we can't see the full thing.
I don't know if he's trying to beat his time or if it's just something that he likes to do during the downtime. Maybe he's looking up. Okay, let me go back down to my solitaire game.
No, you gotta stay committed. You're watching the NBA Finals in person.
Bro.
Play solitaire later.
Okay, fine. One time I was at an NXT show.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I had great seats. It was WrestleMania weekend. I want to say Dallas.
Okay.
And
a few years ago.
It was a few years ago. It was before I was working there.
Okay.
Probably the year or two before I was working there. Okay. But I was still there working, doing media and stuff like that.
Sure.
And NXT was on Saturday night. It was a great show. Shinsuke Nakamura debuted. It was incredible. Okay? Uh-huh. And I am fucking licked from the week already. Ew. I mean, well, that's what they do.
Really? That's
they
why you
can't
go to all
believe
these...
it's me. They can't believe it's me. They're like, can I lick you so I know it's you? And I'm like, of course. I have a duty to the fans. But I'm beat, right? And all I want to do is sit down and just quietly enjoy my wrestling show. Just almost like I exist in a bubble where nobody else in the building can see me or hear. Remember I told you I had good seats? Mm-hmm. Every time they went to a wide shot, I was on TV. I wasn't reacting to anything.
Oh.
Because I was just being quiet. And
You're just taking it in as you would at home.
Yeah, just fucking let me just I was just absorbing. Sometimes I just need to absorb the energy. And that's what I like to do.
And your schedule is just so much.
Even then. Now, forget about it. Even then. And all I'm getting is tweets. How can you be sitting on your hands for this? It looks like you're not even enjoying yourself. Oh my God, you're there for this and you're not even reacting to it. What's wrong with you, Sam? I said, get out of my mentions and get out of my life.
Ooh.
That's what I said in my head.
Oh, okay. All right.
I was like, all I'm trying to do is fucking chill for a second, okay? Mm-hmm. And then I see Stephen A. And it took me right back to that place.
Oh.
He's just
so this hits you on a personal level.
It was personal for me. I can admit that.
You took that personally.
This is not principled. I took it personally. Because I saw Stephen A. and I said, listen, there is downtime. If in between a play, even if it's 30 seconds or during a timeout, he wants to look down at his phone and just play a little solitaire. Not have to constantly be on.
But his choice is to be constantly on.
No, his choice is to play a little solitaire. That's his choice. Play a little solitaire, relax the brain for a moment so he can turn it back on in a little bit.
For another hot take?
He's going to have another hot take. He's a machine, dude. Let him, not me, him, relax for a minute, please, for the love of God.
No, you're speaking just about him.
Him.
Right.
Him.
Right.
Just because he puts a microphone in front of his face as often as he doesn't mean that he doesn't need a second to just collect himself, live in his own little world, and not be judged for it. Okay?
All right.
Let him play a little solitaire. He's going to have a hot take about the finals. You're going to get your take. You're going to get your content. It's going to be great. You're going to agree with it or disagree with it. Whatever you want to do, it will be there. But allow him
right.
to
That's
do the,
all we're talking about.
him to do the process as he sees fit. And if he's finally come to a moment in the day where he needs to turn his brain off and just sit and absorb the competition, allow him, Stephen A., to do that.
And maybe that's how he gets in the zone.
Maybe that's how he gets in the zone.
I mean, we know radio hosts that would play solitaire on the air.
Not solitaire.
Right, but it wasn't always the best time for that radio show host, to be fair.
Okay.
Like, I can't say that the output was
Live on the air.
more of a commercial. I
But
appreciate
he was in the zone.
I appreciate you coming to my defense on this, but I feel like that's actually counteracting some of what I'm saying, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I apologize.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, if the result is there, and he's able to give you a take, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, a take on the game, and he's able to do First Take tomorrow morning, and he's able to talk about this, he's able to go over here and do that, he's able to get on his YouTube channel.
Chris Cuomo show.
He's able to get on the Chris Cuomo show. Does he show up on the Chris Cuomo show?
All the time.
How's he do?
Awesome.
That's what I'm saying. If he's
Everyone does awesome on Chris Cuomo.
He's always there chopping up with Bill O'Reilly.
Stephen A. is.
Yeah.
How does he do against Bill?
They have fun together. They like each other.
Okay. If he's able to do that, don't fuck with the method. You don't fuck with it if the results are still there. Everybody judges the method. They go like, oh, you got too much on your plate. Oh, for him. You know? If the results are there, the results are there. Don't fucking worry about it for him. For him.
For him.
Stephen A. Smith is who we're talking about.
No one else.
Will you cut him some slack, dude?
Yeah.
Him?
You're right.
He can play solitaire, right?
Okay.
Or
Fine.
Candy Crush, or that game where you got to park the buses or whatever. Sudoku. Well, I don't know about Sudoku. That's kind of dumb. Yeah, I mean, okay. Look at that. Stephen A. is able to jump on with Chris Cuomo and talk about the Biden cover-up. Okay, he can talk about it all.
He does.
And that's an appropriate thing for a sports analyst to come on and talk about the Biden cover-up. That's appropriate. That's
He's branching out.
he does.
Yeah.
He's trying to get into politics.
Yeah.
He's look. You know what he's looking at?
Might run for president.
You know what he's looking at?
What?
Rogan's check.
Oh, yeah.
He's saying my check is good, but it's not that check. I'd like that check.
He's going to do a pop culture show here, isn't he?
Yeah.
They're calling it a pop culture show, but when he was talking about it on Howard, he said politics pop culture.
Okay.
I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, I think he wants to do more the Megyn Kelly route. You know what I mean?